And again, people, our Constitution is not here to defend us. We are here to defend our constitutional rights. As long as people do not get out and protest like we did, legislation like this comes up. That's the reason it's there, because no one has ever challenged it. I mean, it's possible we're the first ones that ever try to do this in the city of Mooresville.
And what is happening here is your constitutional right is being reduced to a privilege. And I want to read something for you, a little history lesson. Young Christian attorney Patrick Henry saw why a jury of peers is so vital to freedom. It was March 1775 when he rode into a small town of Culpeper, Virginia. He was totally shocked by what he saw. There in the middle of town square was a minister tied to a whipping post, his back laid bare and bloody with bones of his ribs showing. He had been scourged merciless like Jesus with whips laced with metal. Patrick Henry is quoted as saying, "When they stopped beating him, I could see the bones of his rib cage. I turned to someone and asked what the man had done to deserve such a beating as this. Scourged for not taking a license. The reply given him was that the man being scourged was a minister who refused to take a license. He was one of 12 who were locked in jail because they refused to take control by government that makes a crime out of what is ordinarily not a crime. It turns a right into a privilege." 3 days later, they scourged him to death. And sadly, that's where we find ourselves at here in America. Do you understand the importance of what I'm saying to you here? We cannot assemble on public property and give out copies of the Bill of Rights without a permit, which is permission. Now, I'd like to say the Mooresville Police Department treated us very respectfully, and we agreed to move. We were standing on the side of the road holding up signs and using bullhorns and passing out free information. But we have consulted an attorney. We're not going to let this go. I find this a travesty. It's a shame to all Americans. We've got to stand up and take our country back. If we have to get permission just to assemble on public property, as a tax-paying citizen, do we not have the right to assemble and protest under our First Amendment? Our Constitution is in peril. It's in jeopardy. Again, the website's therealnewsradio.com. We've made some changes. We would like for you to go to that, check it out. Also, look at the 5th featured video. I think you'll be amazed what happened to our Iraqi veterans. And we will be on next week at 11 o'clock. But like I say, we will be going to a 10 o'clock format, hopefully 22nd of November. And until next week, this is Farron, Jim, Ty, Brian, and Devin saying, God help us all.